Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent. General Youm-e-Istehsal, congratulations on assuming this new position. And I think that you do a great job. You have previous experience of leading and heading the National Defense University, our most prestigious institution in the country. Honorable Inamul Haq, our worthy Foreign Secretary, Foreign Minister, and a prominent figure who chairs the board of IPRI, and Honorable Senator Mushahid Hussain, a known figure in Pakistan, a galvanizer and mobilizer, and Farzana Yaqub, who broke the taboo by getting directly elected to the Azad Jammu and Kashmir Assembly. And all the audience who are present here, my friend Ambassador Durrani is here, Mr. Chima, all of them, but all those who are present here today, my greetings to you. Let me first talk about Kashmir literacy. Many of the scholars, researchers, politicians are partially or fully illiterate about Kashmir or the history of Kashmir. For instance, I'll tell you something. I'll start with Article 370. Some people think that we supported Article 370. The illiteracy was so deep, I think Senator Mushahid Hussain can recall, that on the 6th of August, 2019, when the joint session of the Parliament was held, one political party moved a resolution to restore Article 370. Now, Article 370 is in violation of Resolution 91 and Resolution 122 of the United Nations Security Council. The Security Council pronounced that under no circumstance any constituent assembly or any body within Kashmir or within India can alter the status of the disputed territory. And to circumvent that, they came up with Article 370 to please and appease pro-India constituents that they had in the occupied territory. So we have opposed tooth and nail Article 370. Article 35A is different. It was never introduced by the Indian government. It was introduced by the Maharaja of Kashmir in 1928-29 to give exclusive citizenship and proprietary rights to the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, well, let's be clear about it. So, one warning that the history of the brutalization of the people of Jammu and Kashmir did not start on August the 5th, 2019. It has been going on for 200 years. And it started, the movement for the freedom of Jammu and Kashmir started on 13th of July, 1931, when 22 Muslims, when Abdul Qadir Khan was being tried in a Srinagar jail, they embraced martyrdom in an attempt to complete Azan, the prayer call. So that's when our modern phase of the struggle for the right to self-determination, freedom, and liberty of the people of Jammu and Kashmir starts. Very few people know that there was a split within the Kashmir political movement. One faction was led by Sheikh Abdullah, who was evidently at that time the most popular leader, and the other was Chaudhry Ghulam Abbas, and Chaudhry Ghulam Abbas wanted to accede to Pakistan. And Quaid-e-Azam connected with him. He tried to persuade Sheikh Abdullah to accede to Pakistan. Sheikh Abdullah balked at the idea, but Chaudhry Ghulam Abbas embraced that, and both these leaders were in jail in 1947. And in their absence, Sardar Muhammad Ibrahim Khan, who was the founding president of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, I think 32-year-old leader, a barrister at law, he at his residence held a meeting of all the political parties, the political forces, and they decide that the entire state of Jammu and Kashmir, in accordance with the 1947 Independence Act, would accede to Pakistan, not to India. This was the collective will of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. The second point that I want to clarify here is that people, when they're talking about Azad Kashmir, they said that, well, the tribals came and they entered through Mansehra and they liberated Azad Jammu and Kashmir, and this is not true. Starting from June to October, the people of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, from Poonch, from Muzaffarabad, from Mirpur, they had liberated this territory because these are war veterans from the Second World War. When do the tribals enter into the Azad Jammu and Kashmir territory? On the 22nd of October 1947. And I just want to clarify that when was the Azad Jammu and Kashmir government constituted with the present boundaries? It was October the 24th. And India moved into Kashmir, with the Air Force and with the troops, on October the 27th. So the tribals had only 5 days to conquer this territory. They did not. They moved to Baramulla, they conquered Baramulla, they quarreled, they had squabbles, they could not go to Srinagar. But then, when India tried to take away this territory, the armed forces of Pakistan and the tribals resisted that attack. And these are the facts. Another fact that very few people know, probably it was alluded here, I just want to highlight this, is that India had sent troops in civilian clothes to India before October the 27th. They had been brought over in civilian clothes from Kapurthala, from Punjab, from Haryana, from other neighboring states. Did I say Himachal Pradesh? They were there already. So we were not the intruders. The Indians were. This has been documented. I'm not making it up. Not because I'm a patriot and I root for Kashmir or Kashmiris are the cause of the right to self-determination. I can substantiate it. I had a conversation about this with Senator Mushahid Hussain during the darkest days of COVID-19 when I called on you at your residence. Another myth, and since young researchers are present here, and the likes of Christine Fair, they raise this point and everybody applauds. What is the point? They say that there was a resolution by the Security Council which was passed in August 48, which said that Pakistan should withdraw its troops, and Pakistan did not, and that's why there was no plebiscite. It's a lie. It's a fat lie. What happened, that resolution was passed, it did say that Pakistan would withdraw all its troops or irregular troops or whatever, I'm paraphrasing the language, and that India would maintain proportionate force to maintain law and order. We did not accept that resolution, nor did India, not for this reason, for another reason. And therefore, there was prolonged mediation, which was facilitated at one point by the President of the United Nations Security Council, and there was a resolution that was passed in 1952. And the resolution said that there would be withdrawal on both sides. Azad Kashmir was allowed to maintain 3,000 to 6,000 troops, India 12,000 to 18,000 troops. India accepted that resolution. We did accept that resolution. India said, you do it first. And we said, no, thank you. We'll do it simultaneously. And on that disagreement, the withdrawal of troops founded. Now, I can go on and on, but we need to educate our researchers, because what they do is that if you Google Kashmir or even AI, generative AI, 80 to 90% of the sources are Indian sources. And people think that this is authentic information, but they have framed these stories. They have garbled the entire narrative, and therefore they should go to the sources to understand what the state of play was and how we should defend our case. Now, I forgot to do that, but right in the beginning I should have said congratulations, the people of Pakistan, congratulations, the people of Jammu and Kashmir, because your victory in May 2025 was definitive, was recognized by all the military experts from around the world. It's known my version. Analyses have been published by the press in the UK, the United States, Australia, and these people are very skeptical. They're very skeptical. They have their own editorial lines, and they usually do not deviate from them. But this time, they were sufficiently objective, and they established that Pakistan had an upper hand. Now, we didn't have to show that. I was told that sometimes when an aircraft takes off, and if the pilot makes an error, and I'm talking about an exercise, not a real combat, and when they come back to the base, it's all on the screen. You can never say that, no, but this was the explanation, this is what happened. It's all displayed on the screen. Similarly, this victory of Pakistan was displayed on all the screens all around the world live. And there was massive validation of what we were able to do. And we shattered the myth of India's invincibility and supremacy. And this was a great moment for Pakistan. This continues to be a great moment for Pakistan. My tribute to the armed forces of Pakistan, to the Air Force of Pakistan, to the people of Pakistan who demonstrated unity, and to the media persons whose narratives were objective, were fact-based, fact-checked, compared to India's, which went into war frenzy. I mean, I'm talking about the media houses, and they spread lies and fabricated news. And they were exposed by Reuters and Bloomberg and Wall Street Journal. I mean, the fact-checkers, they exposed them. Now, let me come to the dark day of August the 5th, 2019. I had a conversation with Fazana Yaqub the other day, and I told her that I was in Gilgit-Baltistan. And, you know, like you have a commander there, GOC, he has a different title there. And we were having a conversation, and I was, but my face was towards television screen, and it's Amit Shah making a statement that they are dividing the territory into two parts, in union territories. And the next day I flew back to Islamabad, attended the joint session of our parliament. The one thing Senator Mushahid Hussain said that shocked me to the core, and I hope you would endorse that, unless you have revised it. In a statement, he said that during the night of the 5th of August and 6th of August, there were banners all over Islamabad saying Akhand Bharat. What am I trying to say? That there is penetration within our ranks. We have to be vigilant, right? We are not a sisa pilai hui diwar. And the penetration is through these soft entry points, media, movie, culture, bhangras, whatever. So we have to be very... Now, what has happened in the past 6 years? Kashmiris have been brutalized. Of course, their identity is being changed, as it has been mentioned here by the worthy president and also the executive director, that what has happened in these years is that they have divided and subdivided the population. You have tribals, you have Gujars, you have Bakarwals, you have the mountain people, Paharis, you also have, and you have bifurcated them, and you've given them special privileges. That even if they are Muslims, they cannot be aligned with the Muslims. That's the whole technique. And I think, as it has been pointed out, that they, in pursuance of a ruling that was given by the Supreme Court of India, elections were held. But before that elections, there was this delimitation of constituencies, and 6 seats in Jammu have been increased. In case of the Valley of Kashmir, only 1 seat. Now, why do I mention it? It's because I think that I do not rely on their statistics about the population of Jammu and the Valley of Kashmir. The last census was held in 2011. And I'm sure that the population, at that time the ratio was, in the Valley of Kashmir, you used to have 8 million people and 4 million in Jammu. And there couldn't have been an increase like that, a sudden spurt, so to say. Today, the population should be 15 million, not less than that, because there has been no census. And the elected body that they have cobbled together is powerless. There are 6 ministers. There are 2 Hindus in it, and there's 1 woman, and then there are pro-Indian elements, and there's Umar Abdullah. Umar Abdullah and his father and grandfather, they have been selling Kashmir to the Indian Union bit by bit, and they've been rewarded this time again. They are acceptable SOBs as compared to others. I'm sorry for this expression. This is an expletive, and if there is a record, this may be deleted. But the point that I want to make is that on the 13th of July, all the leaders of Kashmir were incarcerated. They were confined to their houses, and there were police outside their houses. They could not visit Mazar-e-Shuhada. And Mehbooba Mufti sneakily, a day earlier, went and visited it because you know that they were clamped down on the 13th of July. And Umar Abdullah, when he tried to do that, there was a nakabandi, and there was a police force blocking his path, and there were many barriers. And he ordered them to let him go to Mazar-e-Shuhada. He wasn't. And what he did on the 14th, he could not do it on the 13th, he climbed the locked gate of Mazar-e-Shuhada, accompanied by his father. Why am I saying this? That if in the past 6 years, if India has won hearts and minds of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, and the people of Jammu and Kashmir are very happy because they have given them paradise on earth through development projects, what are they afraid of? People visiting Mazar-e-Shuhada? And why are there 10,000 soldiers there, keeping the entire territory of Jammu and Kashmir in captivity? You send armed troops to enemy territory, not to your own sovereign land, or against the people who have allegiance towards you. Now, again, a bit of introspection. The people of Pakistan, the people of Jammu and Kashmir, I'm not talking about the people in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Azad Kashmir, and the diaspora community. We are not doing enough. We all indulge incessantly in tokenism. Today is 5th of August, so there would be rallies and speeches and bellyful denunciations of what Indians are doing, and we will recount all their atrocities, but we are not doing enough. And then there's the Kashmir Solidarity Day, then there's the Black Day, October the 27th. What are we doing throughout the year? It's not a civil rights movement. And let me warn you that the state of Palestine, or the Palestinian people, have the support of the majority of the global citizenry, and yet they can't make a dent. because the international system is broken, because it was never geared to give justice to the weak, to the marginalized, to the disadvantaged people, to the disenfranchised people. We fall in that category. And we think that through speeches and rallies or accusing each other of lackluster performances, we would be able to win Kashmir. Under no circumstances. However, there's a ray of hope, because the people of Jammu and Kashmir haven't given up their movement. The people of Azad Kashmir have remained steadfast in their commitment. I want to pay tribute to the people of Pakistan and to the successive governments and leaders, that they have been under enormous pressure. We lost Bangladesh, and India has been offering paradise on earth. If we just abandon Kashmir, they've used the pressure from the United States of America. There was a special formula which was imported from America by a Kashmiri American, and then it was recycled during early 2000s to bury the issue. Pakistan has not abandoned the issue of Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan has given immense sacrifices. When people say that we are spending so much on Kashmir, I say we are not spending so much on Kashmir. But there are intangible costs, huge intangible costs for Pakistan. So I think that we can take pride in this, that though our performance is not optimal, we haven't abandoned the cause of Kashmir, and we should not. On one occasion, I was at Air University, and I talked about Kashmir at length. And there was an ex-air marshal who had been the rector of that university. He stood up and he said, "Bhai, ye kya jhagda hai? Kudar कश्मीरी जो है वो पिस रहे हैं, इधर आज़ाद कश्मीर के लोग नारे लगा रहे हैं, इधर जनाब आप पाकिस्तान को भी आपने मुसीबत में डाला हुआ है, दें उनका हिस्सा उधर दें, इधर हमारा अपना हिस्सा अपने पास रखें, अगर नहीं है तो कश्मीर को आज़ाद कर दें." तो मैंने कहा कि जी आप कहाँ से हैं? तो उनका सरगोदा से हैं। तो मैंने कहा कि पहले हम सरगोदा ना हिंदुस्तान को दे दें। तो उनका नहीं जी सरगोदा नहीं दे सकते, ये पाकिस्तान का हिस्सा है। तो मैंने कहा कि अगर आप तारीख़ से वाकिफ़ हैं तो पूरा जम्मू और कश्मीर भी पाकिस्तान का हिस्सा है। मैंने ये नुक्ता इसलिए आपके सामने पेश किया है कि दानिस्ता, नादानिस्ता या हमाकत की वजह से आपकी जो प्रो एक्सेशन लोग हैं, आप उनको कमज़ोर कर रहे हैं और उनको तकसीम करने की कोशिश करते हैं। आज तक जो अहले जम्मू कश्मीर में 5 लाख लोगों ने आपके लिए शहादत दी है, 5 लाख, और मैं इसमें 2,38,000 जम्मू के लोगों को शामिल करता हूँ, जिनको 1947 में अक्टूबर और नवंबर के महीनों में मारा गया था वहाँ से। ठीक है, राष्ट्रीय स्वयं संघ, जनसंघ, महाराजा की डोगरा फौज, INA, ये जो हिंदुस्तान की एक आर्मी एक होती थी, इन सब ने मिलकर मारा था। और फिर उसके बाद हम कुर्बानियाँ वो कश्मीर के अंदर कुर्बानियाँ देते चले आ रहे हैं, और जो भी जंगें लड़ते हैं उसमें यहाँ पाकिस्तान की जब हमने जो एक किस्म की जंग लड़ रहे थे तो उस वक्त 10,000 हमारे बच्चे शहीद हुए थे, 8,000 पाकिस्तान के थे, 2,000 आज़ाद कश्मीर के थे। आप इन हक़ाइक़ से सरफ नज़र नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज़ आप जब ये कहते हैं कि फैशनेबली कि जनाब ये भी मुमकिन हो सकता है, ये भी मुमकिन हो सकता है, हालांकि करारदादें आपको किसी और चीज़ की पाबंद करती हैं। 1947 का एक्ट आपको किसी और चीज़ का पाबंद करता है। अगर करारदादें ना भी होती तो 1947 का एक्ट ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस जो था उसके तहत ये आपका हक़ है, आपसे हक़ छीना गया है, आप अधूरे हैं कश्मीर के बगैर, दो कौमी नज़रिया अधूरा है कश्मीर के बगैर। तो मैं ये कहता हूँ कि किसी तरीके से भी ऐसे इक़दामात न करें जिससे जो इल्हाक़ पाकिस्तान के दाई हैं उनको आप सियासी तौर पर कमज़ोर कर रहे हो और उनकी जड़ें कमज़ोर कर रहे हो। मेरा आखिरी पॉइंट ये है कि एक मरतबा फिर उम्मीद की किरण रोशन हुई है صدر ٹرمپ نے یہ کہا ہے جنگ بندی کی فوراً بعد انہوں نے یہ کہا کہ وہ کشمیر کے مسئلے کے حل کے سلسلے میں ہماری مدد کر سکتے ہیں، اور اس کے اوپر ابھی تک کوئی خاص پیش رفت نہیں ہوئی۔ اس کی ایک جو ہے تکلیف دہ پہلو یہ ہے کہ 2019 میں بھی انہوں نے وائٹ ہاؤس میں بیٹھے ہوئے ایک لائیو پریس کانفرنس میں یہ کہا تھا کہ نریندر مودی نے ان سے درخواست کی تھی کہ آپ مسئلہ کشمیر حل کروانے میں میری مدد کریں۔ دوسرے دن جے شنکر نے لوک سبھا میں بیان دیا کہ نریندر مودی نے ایسا نہیں کہا تھا۔ صدر ٹرمپ نے بارہا کوشش کی اس وقت بھی کہ کسی طریقے سے اس مسئلے کو ختم کیا جا سکے یا حل کیا جا سکے۔ ایک مرتبہ پھر جو ہے یہ جو ہے آپ کو بازگشت سنائی دے رہی ہے، یعنی دنیا کے ایوانوں میں، چانسلریز میں، اس کے بعد جو ہے ذرائع ابلاغ کے دفاتر میں کشمیر کے اوپر ایک مرتبہ پھر سے تجزیے ہوئے ہیں۔ یہ بھی کہا گیا ہے کہ کشمیر ایک کلیدی مسئلہ، اگر آپ اسے حل نہیں کریں گے تو یہاں ہمیشہ جنگ اور تصادم کا ماحول رہے گا، اور اس کے بعد یہ جب جنگ بگڑے گی تو یہ جوہری جنگ ہو سکتی ہے، نیوکلیئر جنگ ہو سکتی ہے، جس کا نقصان صرف ہندوستان پاکستان کو نہیں ہوگا، جس کا نقصان ساری دنیا کو ہوگا۔ ہمارے پاس کلید کیا ہے؟ ہم اس وقت جو ہے سلامتی کونسل کی غیر مستقل رکن ہیں۔ مسئلہ 2019 میں بھی اٹھایا گیا تھا، مسئلہ اس مرتبہ بھی اٹھایا گیا ہے، آبی جاہریت کا مسئلہ بھی اٹھایا گیا ہے، لیکن جو ویٹو ویلڈنگ پاورز ہیں، خاص طور سے 3 ممالک جو اس کا حل نہیں چاہتے ہیں، ایک ہے امریکہ، دوسرا ہے برطانیہ، تیسرا ہے فرانس، انہوں نے جو ہے 2019 میں ہماری آواز کو دبا دیا تھا، کوئی بیان نہیں آ سکا تھا، ایک اسٹیٹمنٹ ہوتی ہے جو آتی ہے وہ نہیں آ سکی تھی۔ اس مرتبہ بھی جو بات چیت تو ہوئی ہندوستان کی جگہ، کوئی بیان نہیں آیا اور کوئی قرارداد نہیں پاس ہو سکتی۔ تو اس میں یہ ہے کہ خدا کے فضل و کرم سے آپ کے اور امریکہ کے تعلقات بہتر ہوئے ہیں۔ کچھ لوگ سوال اٹھاتے ہیں کہ جی اس میں کتنا ایک ٹھوس تجویز ہے، اس میں کوئی جان ہے یا نہیں ہے، لیکن کچھ آپ کے لیے کشمیر کے علاوہ بھی بہت سے مواقع سامنے آئے ہیں، وہ تجارت کے، معیشت کے، اس کے علاوہ یہ ہے کہ اسٹریٹجک سطح میں، سیاسی سطح میں، اس کے بعد جو ہے جو کمیونیکیشن کے اعتبار سے جو آپ کے اوپر ایک اعتماد پیدا ہوا ہے، اور اس کی وجہ سے دنیا میں آپ کا اعتماد بڑھ رہا ہے، جبکہ جو ہمارا مد مقابل ہمارا دشمن ہے وہ ذلیل و خوار ہو رہا ہے۔ اور وہ کہتے تھے، میں نے ابھی پچھلے دنوں کہیں کہا تھا کہ وہ ہمیشہ اس بات پہ فخر کہتے تھے، سینہ ٹھوک کے کہتے تھے کہ ہماری اسٹریٹجک آٹونومی ہے۔ اس وقت جو ہے ان کے ہاں اسٹریٹجک ولڈرنس ہے، کہ انہیں سمجھ بھی نہیں آ رہا کہ چین سے جا کے معافی مانگیں یا روس سے تیل خریدنا ختم کر دیں۔ یہ اس میں سلامتی کونسل تو مزید کچھ نہیں کر سکے گی، کیونکہ مجھے پتہ ہے کہ میں سلامتی کونسل میں رہا ہوں، ہمارے جو محترم انعام الحق صاحب وہاں رہے ہیں بہت عرصے تک اقوام متحدہ میں، اس کی پیچیدگیوں کو جانتے ہیں۔ آپ کو میں ایک نقطہ بتا رہا ہوں کہ اگر آپ براستہ امریکہ، ہندوستان اور اسرائیل کا نیکسس توڑ دیں، یعنی یہ میں ریال پالیٹک کی بات کر رہا ہوں، تو کچھ امکان ہے کہ آپ کشمیر کا مسئلہ حل کر سکتے ہیں۔ دوسرے جو میں نقطہ آپ کے ساتھ چھوڑ کے جا رہا ہوں کہ خدا کے فضل و کرم سے اور الحمدللہ مئی کی جنگ کے بعد آپ کا اعتماد آسمان کی بلندیوں کو چھونے لگا ہے، لیکن جو محققین یہاں بیٹھے ہوئے ہیں وہ دیکھ لیں کہ یہ ہندوستان کتنی کمزور، کتنی فریجائل ریاست ہے، اس سے ڈریں نہیں خدا کے واسطے، اور اس بات پہ اعتماد رکھیں کہ یہ جنگ لمبی ہے، اٹس اے لانگ ہال، آپ کو تشتری پہ کوئی کشمیر رکھ کے نہیں دے گا، لیکن پاکستان پھلے پھولے گا، اور جب یہ اپنے 100 سال مکمل کرے گا تو دنیا کی طاقتور ترین اقوام میں ہوگا اور دنیا کی خوشحال ترین اقوام میں ہوگا۔ یہ ہمیں خواب بھی دیکھنا چاہیے اور اس خواب کو پورا کرنا چاہیے۔ اس کے ساتھ میں 2 معذرتیں کروں گا۔ پہلے میں نے سوچا تھا کہ 10 منٹ کے لیے بولوں گا، تو میں نے 10 کو ضرب دے دی ہے میرا خیال ہے کسی ہندسے سے۔ اور دوسری معذرت یہ ہے کہ میں آپ تھوڑی دیر کے بعد آپ سے اجازت چاہوں گا، میں ایک اور جگہ جانا ہے جس کی میں نے پہلے سے اطلاع دے دی تھی۔ جنرل صاحب آپ سے معذرت، بالخصوص 2 پینلسٹ جو ہیں جن کا میں بہت مدعا ہوں، اور یہ مطلب سینیٹر مشاہد حسین صاحب سے تو گستاخی کر رہا ہوں، لیکن جی تو وہ نہیں، اس سے پہلے بھی ایک ہے. تو اس لیے میں یہ کہوں گا کہ آپ جو آپ نے بیان دیا تھا اس میں تصدیق کر دیجیے گا، یہ بیان میں نے کرافٹ نہیں کیا تھا، یہ آپ نے دیا تھا پارلیمنٹ میں، بھائی پارلیمنٹ میں دیا تھا. بہت بہت شکریہ جی.